Hello guys, and welcome to Vlogmas Part 1. So today, Mike's driving as per usual. We are going to get our Christmas tree. As you guys may know, this year is going to be a little bit different Vlogmas wise. I've got the worst cold. It's actually not the worst cold, it's like right at the end, you know, when you're like still a bit congested. So that's why I sound bunged up. Rivvy's in the back. I think she's doing some drawing, aren't you, Riv? Yeah. On her iPad. Yeah. And we are on our way to pick up the Christmas tree. I did not realise this morning I've actually had booked it for 8:30 AM.
Literally. What an amateur. At least it's going to be quiet.
I don't know. I don't know what Riv's saying. Our local Christmas tree farm started off being like really tiny, super cute. We bought our Christmas tree from there for years. They used to like chop it down, they'd grow them every year, and then you'd go and choose one. And it has exploded in popularity, so now you have to book a slot to go. And the only slot available by the time I booked was 8:30 AM on a Saturday, so off we go. Also, like I was saying, what's up, baby? Your iPad?
Yeah, nothing.
Pass it to me. I'll throw it out the window. As I was saying, Vlogmas is going to be a little bit different this year. As I've told you guys, I'm going to take a break after Vlogmas. And Vlogmas this year, I'm actually just going to vlog certain days. Instead of doing like a week or whatever, I'm going to do one a week, but it's going to be one day a week. So this is part 1 and it's going to be today. This is where every single year I pick one that is at least 3 feet too tall for our ceiling.
I'm keeping it under control this year.
I want that one.
Yeah, it's too big.
No, it's not. That one's good. Or is it that spindly? Is this these are the spindly ones that really drop?
Yes, definitely.
Don't want those. It's literally like a mud pit today.
Do you drink?
No way. You want the beers?
No, I don't. I don't want to be.
What else have you seen? What else have you seen that's good?
These are so cool.
No way. Wow. There's some sparkly ones.
Yeah, and the Christmas tree with radiance. These are great.
They're great, are they? What about these Christmas pudding ones?
What about this?
What's that one? Oh, it's a robin. I like that one. Look at these little cupcakes. Do you think it's acceptable to eat one at 8 o'clock in the morning?
A cupcake at 8 o'clock in the morning?
Are you right up there, Mike? Busy bee.
Maybe.
Tree mission accomplished. There's some crazy lighting going on. Mike was loving that up on the roof.
Oh.
Also, I don't know if many of you guys have been watching for years and years, you might remember the orange passion wagon, which is now sadly retired.
Well, it's not fully
Where
retired.
is it?
It's in the yard, but it's blown a head gasket, and we tried to fix the head gasket and it's not worked. So
it's basically a rust bucket and it's just sitting there.
Yeah,
we do use it sometimes on bonfire night and we put food in the back and drive out to the bonfire in the field.
Yeah.
But it wasn't up for the long half an hour journey.
Not making it here.
Half an hour journey to the Christmas tree farm. I have to say, I'm not entirely sure about your technique. Watch out. Treacle, don't get squashed. Come here, Treaky. Come here, don't get squashed.
Ready?
Here it comes. Ah! I hope you didn't break it. Oh, I don't know about that. Magnificent trees. I'm briefly interrupting the Christmas content because I'm so happy I could cry right now. The samples of the jewellery have finally arrived back in the UK and I've just got my set and they're right. And I just, oh my gosh. For those of you who follow me on Instagram and saw the palaver we had about them being the wrong colour, and it was just so stressful and upsetting, and the support you guys have given has been amazing. So it's like, it's been okay and it's been fine and wonderful and the launch was great. But I was just so gutted not to be able to like send things straight out. But this means if you've ordered from Raven James, your orders are going to be sent out. By the time you see this, it will be this week. So from Monday, everything is starting to be sent out. It's going to take a few days to get every order out, but you will all have it hopefully by the end of next week. Internationally a little bit longer, but UK by the end of next week. And I'm so excited. It is so beautiful. I'm also so happy with how the stars turned out, because this is actually the first time I've seen these in the right colour with the right setting detail, because we changed the colour of the settings to like a rhodium plated setting, which is quite expensive to do actually, but I think it looks so much nicer. It looks really vintage and it makes the stones really stand out. So it's the first time I've seen the right colour gold with the right colour settings, and it's just so exciting. It looks especially good in the star earring charms, the stellar earring charms, and a little bit of a sneak peek to something that is coming out next Sunday. So this is hopefully going to go up on Sunday, so in a week's time. This is the lunar pendant, so it's the large version of the lunar earrings. This is coming out as a little pre-Christmas drop, and these just arrived as well. These actually arrived back before the stock. I mean, literally crazy that it's turned out that way, but this was like a last minute addition and I just love it so much. So this is it on the Dawn necklace, but my personal favorite actually is the River, this mixed metal. I feel like this is kind of an unsung hero of the collection because it's quite simple, but it's silver, so it's a solid silver chain, and then it has the gold, sorry I'm making a right mess out of this, it has the gold clasps, and then you can click on, I mean I keep turning it around the wrong way, there we go, you can click on one of the pendants, so it's got the stellar on it, but it looks so pretty with the lunar as well. Oh, I cannot wait for you guys to get your hands on them, literally. So exciting. So I've lost one helper, but I've gained another. A tall one. Looking good so far. I'm so happy with, actually both of our trees this year are so nice. Loads of people who went to the Christmas tree farm before us said that they didn't have any good ones left, but maybe they were obviously wrong, and the one in here is literally perfect. Look at it, it's the perfect shape. And this little one, you watching some cartoons, eating fake ice cream. Okay, the piece de resistance. Riv is ready to help. Is it high up there, Riv? Yeah. Rock Fairy got replaced a couple of years ago by Queen Fairy, as River likes to call her. Yeah! The tree is done. Time for tree 2. Wow, Rivy, it looks amazing. You did most of it too, didn't you?
Yeah,
I did.
Daddy, I can't see the angel.
Step back in.
You step all the way back and you'll see her. Not gonna lie, by this point I'm feeling a little bit tired. But Riv is enthusiastic and she's got the box of goodies. Anyone recognise any of these? Some oldie but goodies. Baby DeForce. That's you, Riv. And then I've got the breakables. Let's do this. I can't remember where this one came from. It's cute though. Angel number 2. This tree is definitely a bit sad. So there's tons of decorations at the bottom, but everything's gone a bit droopy and is covering them up. It looks good at the top though. Riv is on her way up to put the angel on the top. Is it? Do you think you could do it with Daddy? On it goes. Yes! Oh no, the lights! I always find decorating for Christmas way more tiring than I remember every year. I'm actually having my girlfriends over for dinner tonight. 3 of my really good friends are coming over. So I'm gonna go and pick one of them up from the station now, Rima, who I was in Paris with, if you guys follow me on Instagram. And then cook some dinner and have a really nice girly night in. Can you light a fire, Mike? Look at him, look at him. Perfecting the fairy. We have the goods ready for this evening. We're gonna do some buttery asparagus. These are like cheese profiteroles, which is a very odd concept, but I was like, hey, let's try them. Shrimp tempura. This is the vegan section for Mike. It's like cauliflower, and then these are like spring rolls and whatnot. Then we have chorizo pigs in blankets. We've got a little camembert that I'm gonna bake. Then we have pork belly and a little cheeky dessert plate. I haven't actually got a cheese plate. Who am I, guys, at this point? No cheese plate. Who even am I? I do have gin and tonic though. Happy days. Oh, hey there, guys. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I've literally just rolled out of bed because River came and woke me up and asked for a drink and got into my bed, then proceeded to take over the whole area of my bed. I couldn't get back to sleep and she's now snoring with Mike. So I was like, fine, I'm up. It's 6 o'clock. I came downstairs and I thought, I didn't finish my vlog last night, but what I'm gonna do is show you the room that I'm sitting in right now. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know we've been doing our kind of cinema room in our house since April. It's been a really, really long time. You will have seen us in here in vlogs over the years. It used to be like brown paneling behind me with the big kind of 80s leather sofas. Do you remember? I'm gonna put a picture in here of what it used to look like, and we had all the movie posters on the walls. So when we moved in this room, and I think I've got a picture of when we looked around before we moved in, it was previously being used as just like a storage room. So it's kind of like to the side of the house. It used to be not necessarily an outbuilding, but it has an outside door onto like next to where the stables are at our house, which we've got stables which obviously don't get used with our horses, but it used to probably be something to do with the horses, like a tack room or a storage room for the horses, and at some point got kind of converted into the house to be like an inside room rather than an outside room, if that makes sense. But I think, and I don't know enough about when it was done, I have a feeling it was probably around 2000, but I think it was probably done in kind of a hurry and not necessarily to like hugely high standard in terms of like the wiring and stuff, because basically the entire room was wired on the outside of the tongue and groove paneling. So every time there was a light switch or a plug socket, there was a plastic tube like trunking all the way from the ceiling down to wherever that was on the outside. So there was like black plastic pipes running everywhere in this room on the outside of the paneling, as well as on the ceiling for the ceiling light and things like that. So we really haven't changed much structurally at all in this room. Like it's all still kind of the same layout, it's the same like wall and everything, like the paneling is still exactly the same, but what we did was take individual panels off and run all the wiring behind the panels so that it's all hidden, updated the light switches from like plastic to brass, updated the lighting, because when we first moved in we actually took the central light out of the ceiling and put an LED running around the edge because we wanted a cinema in here. You obviously can't have like a hanging light in the middle of the room, and it was like an outdoor light anyway, which you'll see in the picture. So we ended up with just all this trunking, took all the trunking out and put these really nice wall lights in that you guys can see, these like traditional brass picture lights all the way around, and kind of just turned it into a bit more of a cozy cinema. The fireplace was also blocked up and kind of caved in, so we kind of repaired that, put it back together, and put a wood burning stove in. We're also changing the radiator, which was like a modern radiator. We've changed that to, well, we will, it's not in yet, it's going in tomorrow, to a cast iron one to match like the rest of our radiators and things like that. So it's really just like redoing a lot of the things in this room that I think were kind of done in a rush anyway, and obviously redecorating and changing the vibe in here to like proper cinema vibes, which I'm so excited for. I feel like I need to fluff the sofa out that I've just been sat on. So I'm gonna go from this door actually. This is what it looks like now. As you can see, it's beautiful and dark green. The color is actually, we used all Farrow and Ball paint, which they very kindly gifted us, which is incredible because we've used Farrow and Ball for years. And they actually did a collaboration with Liberty recently and reached out and said, hey, you doing any decorating projects? I was like, well, yes, I am. And they had a perfect dark green color. So we were previously looking at, I had like 10 different swatches, and the color from the collection, which is called Sheen Green. I don't know if that's actually how you say it. It's like China, but with an E. Sheen, is the perfect color. Like it absolutely perfectly matches. It's so dark in here because obviously this is like the max light that we're gonna get because it's a cinema. It perfectly matches the sofas, which we have ordered. We've had these sofas for basically a year. Well, we ordered them a year ago. We've had them in the house for 6 months. we ordered them in January, so nearly a year, and we've had them for 6 months in the house, and I have to say, they are so comfy. They're from Loaf. I've never ordered anything from Loaf before, didn't get a discount, whatever, we just ordered them, really love them, really happy with them. And the wall colour is like the perfect match. I'm actually going to shut this door as well because the woodwork is the same colour. So what we've done is like a all out kind of dark green, and we've also painted this door frame and the window frame in the same colour. It's a little bit grainy on the video, guys, because it is so dark in here. But yeah, so that's what we've done. We've gone sheen green on the walls. And again, this paneling is all the same tongue and groove paneling that we had before. What we did, like I said, we just pulled off individual panels, put the wires through, and then put them back on. But what we did do, we've actually kind of like refinished them, because this is a good place to show you, I think. There was no skirting board before. So we've put a skirting board in, and I think that makes a big difference. It kind of makes it look a little bit more put together. So we added a skirting board, and we also added this like coving detail, which essentially there's a lot of wiring that runs around the top of these panels. So there's like loads of stuff like outside things and whatnot there. And so there's lots of wiring that needs to be up there. But you could kind of see it, especially if you were tall. So we put that little coving on, and then we also put a cornice in, just to kind of like pull everything together, because before there was one up there, but it was just like a little bit of beading that I think they just stuck on, and it wasn't quite big enough. So we put that on. Then all of the ceiling is still the same wooden panels, which looks really smart. We've got rid of all the plastic trunking. And then the ceiling and the chimney breast are painted in Clunch by Farrow & Ball, which is actually really nice. It's a really warm neutral, so it would have looked really stark using white. I didn't really want to use a cream that was quite yellow, and this is quite like a neutral, it's like a neutral version of cream. I really like it. We put a wood burning stove in, which was very exciting, so I feel like it will make such a big difference to this room. Before, like I said, the fireplace was like blocked off and the bricks were caved in, so we've repaired all of that and kind of left all of that exposed, so it's really nice. You can see kind of like all the old brick behind it, and then just like smoothed all the plaster off so that it looks kind of nice and smooth instead of falling off the walls. And yeah, the floor, oh yeah, the floor. So the floor when we moved in was like a vinyl, not vinyl, laminate, like fake wood flooring over the top of concrete. When we moved in, we put carpet down because it was really cold in here. Like I said, because it's like, it used to be kind of an indoor-outdoor room, and there's obviously this wall with a single glazed window here. It was cold. So we just put carpet down, and then we took that up. It was like a temporary, super cheap carpet. We took that up and laid this stuff. This is reclaimed oak floorboards, which that I absolutely love them. I really love them. I think it's difficult to like get the right vibe in here between being a kind of stably, like, you know, used to be outside room to like more of a traditional house. And I think these are like a really nice kind of in the middle choice. I mean, so much better than laminate yellow fake wood. Anyway, the rug we've had for years. I can't even remember where we got this. We had this in our original house. If you remember when I first started vlogging in our little cottage, we've had this rug. This was in our sitting room there. I think my ex-parents might have given it to us actually maybe 10 years ago, something like that. But yeah, it goes perfectly in here. It was actually in the hallway before and we moved it. And I do actually think it looks better in the hallway without it. So that's good. The mirror, I've had this for ages. This is an antique mirror that I bought about a year ago for our dressing room, and then it just didn't really go size-wise. It just didn't, I didn't want to hang it because it wasn't quite right. So I've just left it there, and now I think it's gonna go above the fireplace. However, a lot of you are like, don't put it there, you'll get reflections from the projector. But we'll see. The other thing I wanted to show you, this bureau was in here actually when we moved in, and it went somewhere else, and then we put it back in here. I think it goes really well, love that. And then this little table, ignore the blanket that's like shoved down the side, busted. this little table is a really pretty little walnut. I think it's a sewing table because look at the inside. But then again, it has a mirror. I don't know. I got this in auction last week for about £100. I was really happy with it and I think it goes really well. They actually had two, not matching but similar. They're not impossible to find. I might actually go to the local antique shop today and have a look and see if I can get another one that's kind of similar. I wanted one to put over here. This is also where the radiator's going. You can see the pipes down here. We're putting in like a nice cast iron traditional radiator because there was a modern radiator in here before. But yeah, that is it. That's the cinema room. It's finished. I'm so excited. And if you're wondering, the cinema vibe, the cinema element, the projector is here. So this is the screen and it comes down, which that's the same system we had before. We did actually get a new sound system because previously we had speakers in every corner. So what Mike bought was a sound bar, and then our builder put together like a little box for it to live in up there, so it's kind of incognito and hidden away. But yeah, that's it. And I'll show you the hallway as well, because in here we also just repainted in here. This was, I think it was like a yellowy colour before. This looks super yellow on camera, but is that same colour Clunch from Farrow & Ball, which is that like neutrally cream, although it looks yellow because of this light. And then in here is a little downstairs loo, which again, this was a kind of yellowy cream colour. It's now a colour called Potted Shrimp with Clunch woodwork. Obviously the sanitary ware has also been taken out to redecorate, and we're also putting in, basically it was quite a modern, just like bog standard, excuse the pun, bathroom stuff, and the tiles were like green and yellow. So we're just gonna put in some cream tiles and super traditional bathroom suite. I'll show you guys on my Instagram. I'll for sure show you when this is done, if it's not done during Vlogmas. I'm hoping it will be done this week. But yeah, this is Potted Shrimp, which is really nice. Like, it's very similar to Farrow & Ball setting plaster, but it's not the same. It's like, I feel like it's slightly more pink and slightly less brown. But really, really nice, like dusky pink colour. Quite wanted a pink toilet, and we thought, why not? This needs to change. We're missing one switch. But like, that's also the difference as well. Like, that makes tiny things like this. I don't know if you guys care about things like plastic light switches, but there's something that we've done in all of our houses. Whenever we redecorate, we always replace the plastic light switches for brass ones. So like, this is my favourite example. Are the toggle ones. Don't know why, but this detail makes me really, really happy, and it's something that we like save up to do for every project. Anyway, I'm gonna go now because I've been chatting to you guys for 500 years, but I hope you like the cinema room. I'll show you. Oh, that's the other thing I was gonna say. The one thing we're missing is wall art. So if anyone has any recommendations of what to do on the walls, I feel like that's my massive weakness with interior stuff, is things for the walls. I really struggle with it. And I struggle to like make everything look not too uniform, which is what I always do. I'm always like very matching. You know, that like kind of vibe where you have like kind of like a gallery wall, but it looks nice. I don't want all new prints either. I want some old stuff. I need some help with it. If you're an expert, let me know. I want some old stuff and some new stuff like mixed together, but I haven't decided yet. So until then, they're gonna stay bare, but that's what we need. Under the wall lights, we need some art. Anyway, I'm gonna go now because I've been here for a long time. Hope you enjoyed Vlogmas Day 1. Most of it has been me rambling about this room on my own, but I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next week. Bye guys.